nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better than the living God. Ask and he will give. Seek and you will find. There's nothing better than the living God. There's nothing better than the living God.
Faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yah. Good morning, everybody. Yes. We are apologizing. We cannot provide for you a visual today, so we're going to provide for you the voice.
Yes.
And we are excited to do that. Again, faith come by hearing. So it's not a mistake that you're listening to us, but we definitely would love to be on there visually because we have so much to share with you guys.
And we're going to share it too. But I think this is all set up perfectly, I guess.
And this is just set up perfectly with us here and you across, of course, right where you're at. So I need your ears today, okay? Yes. We need your ears today. We need you to be able to hear what we're going to say, talking about the book of Corinthians. But now remember that as we go into talking about the book of Corinthians, we're going to outline what the book of Corinthians is about. Remember, he was talking to the assembly of YAHUAH, okay? And so, yes, Stephanie, nothing stops the glory.
Nothing stops the glory.
But we are excited. We're glad that you're here. We see that you guys are coming on, many of you, and we're thrilled for today. Now, remember, the scripture let us know that faith and I think faith is a different word. As I'm getting in there, trust, right. Because, they treat faith, and I taught this years ago, faith is not an idol. You don't worship the word faith. Mm-hmm. But faith come by hearing, and hearing the word of Yah, or the report, or hearing the Besorah, or the report of Yah. And so we're gonna talk about that now.
Yes.
Let me
let's go back real quick. And do you remember you gave us it was called Lucifer Changes, how he changes things, and there was 4 things, and I want to put those up just to remind people of what those 4 things are.
Yeah, he changes
so that we could tie into what we're getting ready to remind them on what we getting ready to talk about, because this is gonna be good, you guys.
Yeah, today's gonna be really good, guys. You guys going to have to really buckle up.
Yeah.
Where I gotta go is that now remember in the book of Corinthians it talks about the bodies raising up. Mm-hmm. Okay, and there's a time where in our society that people think. One of the things though is that when I make a mistake, or if I'm correct but incomplete, I always will bring it back up to the table.
Yes, we do.
So there's some things that we've shared in the past that we want to address because it comes up in Corinthians. Okay, and again, it's about the 2 bodies.
Yes,
and now, the bodies being resurrected.
So let's go into giving into the courts of Yah, and then we'll go ahead and jump in. So Father, we just thank you for this morning. We give you all the glory and the praise and the honor. Thank you. Hallelujah. Now and these are the 4 things that we want to remind you of what Lucifer changed. And it goes like this.
Okay. Yeah. Lucifer changed those things. Mm-hmm. So he changed words, names, statements, and language. Mm-hmm. You gotta believe this. Yes. And so you gotta understand that, and one of the things is that he use the Canaanites to do that, and he used some of Yah's blind children to do that, and he uses anybody that's not willing to study. If you get into the area, because he knows that he knows that the children of Yah are, and here's how you know the children of Yah. They're not prideful. So like me, you guys know, and me and Kim, like, okay, we said that, oh, wait a minute, that's a mistake. So we'll come back and fix it. So coming back to fix it makes it even stronger, because remember what Yahusha said. He said, unto you has been given to know the mysteries of the reign of Yah. So, but to them that are outside our circle, these things are done in it's mystical to them. They can't figure it out. So, but we get to talk about it today. Again, those of you that are joining in, welcome to the broadcast today. You don't see our faces. That's not a mistake.
No.
But we did have some technical difficulties with the screen today. A lot of it has to do with whatever, the weather, the heat. But we are talking about the book of Corinthians, and so we're glad that you could join in. And we are talking about it because, remember, in the beginning of the book of Corinthians, one of the things where Paul was talking to was the assembly of YAHUAH. And then the assembly of YAHUAH were having a challenge. And I guarantee that the challenges that they had about the resurrection, we're going to talk about that, because that challenge also affects what we think our calendar is.
Right.
And with the word Passover, and with when Yahushua got up, when to celebrate, and it all links back to the harvest, because that's the time that when Yahushua shows back up, he's showing up for the wheat. He's showing up for the wheat. So I'm sorry about that. So we're gonna share some things that. We're going to kill a sacred cow today. So y'all ready for that cow to get killed? Because I'm telling you, it's going to make you pull back on some things. So, again, welcome to everybody that's jumping on. We see you, Sheila.
Oh, good.
Hello,
morning,
good morning,
Sheila.
We see you, Adrian, there.
Yeah.
Good morning as well.
Valerie Cruz, all you guys. Good morning again. But we're going to go into this Mark's he's going to open it up. You're going to start opening up what we're going to be discussing so we can go into the teaching.
Yeah. So when we end it, because we're in Corinthians.
Right. First Corinthians.
We're in 1 Corinthians 15. And I believe we are on, I can't remember. Let's see, in 1 Corinthians,
what part in your brain right now? What do you just say out loud, and then I will find it. We got so much going on.
Okay, so right here in verse 12, it says...
1 Corinthians 15, verse 12.
Yeah, verse 12. It says, and if the Mashiach is proclaimed that he has been raised from the dead, how do some of you say that there is no resurrection of the dead? Okay. Now remember, you guys. I know when you gotta remember, we got so much in us. Okay, the resurrection of the dead. Now, do you remember when Yeshua said, "Unless a seed falls into the ground and dies, it can't harvest"? And so this is what a little bit that's here. Okay, verse 13 it says, "And if there's no resurrection of the dead, then the Mashiach has not been raised." We already know he has been raised. And if the Mashiach has not been raised, then our proclaiming is empty, and your belief is also empty. Verse 15, and we are also found malicious witnesses of YAHUAH. Okay, because we have witness of YAHUAH that he was raised up, that he raised up the Mashiach, whom he did not raise up. Well, that we know that happened. If then the dead are not raised, okay. If then the dead are not raised. Verse 16. For if the dead are not raised, neither Mashiach has been raised. Okay. So I like this because this is going to get into it. So if Yeshua was never raised up, then one thing that we all know and we all can agree with, why if Yeshua said the world hated him,
Right.
why would the world celebrate him? The world wouldn't.
The world would not celebrate.
The world would not celebrate. Would you guys agree with that?
So it's going to be a lot of chatting this time.
It's going to be a lot of
chatting. So
chatting
we need y'all to participate in the chat section.
Welcome everybody that's getting
Yes.
on. Dr. Rosetta, we see you. Mariah, we see you. Erica, we see you. Thank you for joining us. Your screen is not messed up.
Yeah, our cameras are just not pumping through the system for some reason. So
yeah. So we're glad that you're here.
Yes.
But let's continue. So the 4 words is words, names, statements, and languages. Keep in mind that that's what the enemy has changed. Okay. And we are still talking about the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. We are at the place of resurrection. And this has a lot to do with going back and really looking at some of the things that are way back in March. Now remember, when Lucifer arrives, he's going to arrive in a particular month for a reason. You guys got to get this. Please hold on. He's going to arrive around March or April, okay? And he's got 5.5 months to reign, Lucifer, until Yahushua shows up. And Yahushua is going to show up in September. Now, there's a reason why it's September, and we're going to talk about that today.
Yes.
So,
and with that, we need you guys to go to the book of Exodus.
Woo!
And the book of Exodus, starting at, I'll give you the story all the way up into chapter 12.
Yeah, we're gonna.
So we're gonna talk about the book of Exodus real quick to tie into what we're talking about
in the book of Corinthians.
In the book of Corinthians. Now, as we know, in Exodus chapter 1 through, it was about Moses, of course, and Moses finding out that who he was, and that his mother, Pharaoh's sister, I don't remember her name, but Pharaoh's sister was not Moses' birth mother. He found that out, and then he fled away, remember? So at that point he fled away. Then he came upon girls that were at the well feeding their sheep, and that there was men that were attacking them, or something to that effect of attacking them. But Moses came along and protected them. And the girls were Jethro's daughters. Jethro's daughters runs to Jethro and says, Moshe, which is Moses, protected us and saved us. This man protected us. Can we invite him over for dinner? Moses, they went back and asked Moses, would he like to come over for dinner? Moses agreed to come over for dinner. Moses comes over for dinner, blah, blah, blah. Jethro then gives up one of his daughters to Moses. Moses then becomes a part of that branch of family and so forth. And now, as we go through Exodus, and he's now part of Jethro's family, which Jethro served YAHUAH. So he learned from Jethro as well about YAHUAH, because you got to remember, Moses was raised in the house of the Egyptians, so he only understood the Egyptians' God, the Egyptians' way of life.
But on the inside of him,
on the inside of him, he's wrong.
Something is missing.
Right.
Now, and I like this part because it's what we experience as true sons and daughters of Yah. Something is missing.
Now, as Moses is being taught YAHUAH's ways, he's being taught YAHUAH's ways alongside with his brother, helping him to understand YAHUAH's ways, because his brother didn't get to experience what they know about YAHUAH. So Moses was being taught by his brother and Jethro, his father-in-law, about YAHUAH and his ways. So as we come through, we're passing chapter 6, and we go into chapter 7. because we already passed where I'm passing where then YAHUAH goes into the where YAHUAH goes up into the Mount Sinai and so forth, and he saw the burning bush and blah 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 blah. Okay, after that we come into chapter 7. Now, which is interesting, at this time, Moshe and Aaron. Moshe was 80 years old and Aaron was 83. Can you believe that? He's 80 years old and he's experiencing this at 80.
Yeah, so when you go back to like Exodus 3, here he is at the burning bush.
Yes.
And a lot of people, and this will help you guys, because as we're talking about Corinthians, about the resurrection, here he is at the burning bush.
Having that conversation.
And here's what I want you guys to hear is that you remember when we saw the Hollywood movie where it says I am that I am, but he doesn't say that.
No,
he says YAHUAH, YAHUAH. Okay, and he says, and then he starts saying, he doesn't say I'm the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
No,
he says. He says, I am YAHUAH Elohim. And when he says YAHUAH Elohim, he says the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Isaac, the Elohim of Jacob. He's saying, I'm the creator
of all them.
All them. I created them. And this is why Moses fell on his face, because he heard that he was the creator of them.
Right.
That scared the hell out of him. Basically.
Yeah.
You know, because in the movies it's like, I'm the God of Abraham. That don't scare you. Why are you going to fall down when he said God?
Yeah, no.
He said, I'm the creator. I created them.
Yes.
Oh, damn. That's what he's thinking.
Right.
And I'm giving it to you guys like he would probably feel, because he felt on his face, and he's like,
worship.
Oh, man. You created them? And he says, I am YAHUAH Elohim. Okay? And he walks around with that power, and then as you're going a little further into it, then there's something that comes, because he continued to share with them his power. And so in Exodus chapter 6, when Moshe, he says, and I'm going to read this to you guys really quickly in the first few verses. He says, and YAHUAH said to Moshe, now see what I'll do to Pharaoh, for with the strong hand, he is going to let them go. And with a strong hand, he's going to drive them out of his land. And verse 2, it says, and Elohim spoke to Moshe and said to him, I am YAHUAH, and I appeared to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob as Elo Shaddai. But my name YAHUAH was I not known to them. And they weren't. They didn't know YAHUAH. And so... and so you get that up there, and so Moses' mind,
in Moses' mind,
in Moshe's mind, all he's thinking of right now is I'm dealing with the Creator, and the Creator's name is YAHUAH,
and the Creator is speaking to me,
and he's talking to me. And all I know is that some things that, and so the Hollywood didn't take it as he.
Hollywood gave deception.
This is why you got to understand words, names, and statements.
Yes.
Because our Creator spoke, Allie, like you just put. The Creator spoke, and it makes a difference if you know who it's coming from.
Yeah, not
it's
just
no
a God.
It's no difference than you as a little girl. You're sitting there, and your brother spoke. Okay, that's one way to take it. Then your uncle spoke. Okay, that's one way to take it. Then daddy spoke. Okay, that's one way to take it. And then granddaddy spoke. So you're going to take each one of those. If they all say, go in the kitchen and grab them something, you're going to treat every one of those four.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You know, your brother say, go get me a piece of candy. Okay, you're going to take your time.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to take your time. Yeah, you're going to be like, I'll get you.
Okay, I'll get you. If the uncle said to do it, it depends if you like him.
How fast
you can do it.
Yeah.
If daddy said to go get the candy, you're going to go up and get the candy. Right. If grandpa said go get the candy, you're going to bring more candy back for grandpa.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
That's right.
So you're going to do things a little different every time depending on the voice. So imagine that Moshe has been dealing with all these pharaohs, Pharaoh's gods, if you will, and he's dealing with Pharaoh's type of gods. You with all these other creators.
Yeah, Moshe had to do it. Because in chapter 7, it tells you that he was 80. So he dealt with.
That's right. For all that time, the Creator.
He dealt with dealing with the Egyptians.
The Egyptians' gods. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Egyptians, fake Elohim.
Yeah. For 70-something years.
70-something years, and they ain't doing nothing.
They ain't doing nothing.
They ain't nothing working.
Ain't nothing working.
Except when they started killing people, they noticed that because there's Baal. So they noticed that Lucifer would give them stuff if he got sacrifices and he got some type of worship. So he notices that. Now, again, all of you that are tuning in, welcome to the program. We are still talking about the book of Corinthians, but we're dealing with the actual body, the resurrection part. But the resurrection part plays a significant role when it comes to the Passover. We're going to talk about the Passover. We need to, because the world hates us. And the world will never celebrate the true worshiping time of the resurrection. Hell, you guys are going to get this. Of Yahushua. So how did we get to this place? And this has a lot to deal with the harvest. And it's the two harvests. It's the harvest in the natural, and it's the harvest of the return of Yahushua. You're going to get two things today. So pay close attention. I'm glad that some of you are coming in. Elvira, I'm glad that you're here. And we see you too, Mariah. Thank you.
So now, and Mark brought us all the way up to chapter 6, and now we're going into chapter 7, and that's when we find out how old Moses is and how old Aaron is. And Aaron was only 3 years older than Moshe. So here you got these 80-year-old men, imagine grandpa talking to Yah and giving instructions on what they need to do concerning Pharaoh, and how Yah was telling him what plagues he's going to do at each step to deal with the strong hand. Because remember, Yahuwah told Moshe that he was going to deal with the Pharaoh with a strong hand. So because he wanted his people to be let go, right? So as we find out that he's in chapter 7, the first act they do is dealing with the serpent. Changing that rod into a serpent. Remember, blah, blah. So we go into the next one, chapter 8. Because all these steps are about, I don't want to give it up too fast, but all the steps, all these plagues that come about on Pharaoh's people is based on Pharaoh being stupid.
And he hardened his heart.
He's hardened his heart based on something that it could have been avoided. When we get to it, it could have been avoided.
Right.
So then we go to chapter 9. Chapter 9 still dealing with the plagues and blah blah blah.
It would have been avoided if he would have listened.
Yeah, that's what
since he didn't listen.
Yeah, his heart kept getting hardened because he was.
Yahuwah said, "I'm gonna harden his heart."
Yeah, but he had to work his way up to harden it.
Yeah.
So every step that when Moshe would go to Pharaoh's face to tell him to let y'all's people go and let us go, he would say.
That's chapter 8.
Yeah, he would say no.
He would say no.
And then there, let me see, because I didn't mark in my book, so hold on.
Yeah, so in chapter 8, Yahuwah spoke to Moshe and said, "Go to Pharaoh and say to him, thus say Yahuwah, let my people go so that they may serve me." And he was talking to about, give him those 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that, guys.
Yeah, and that was 3 days was asked in chapter 5.
So
imagine. He gets instructions starting in chapter 3, okay, when he went to the mountain of Sinai.
Yeah.
Okay, then he comes down, he gets connected with his brother.
Because he said, "I seen the oppression of my people."
Yeah.
And then he fell on his face. And he said, "I'm going to take you there." And he goes, "I'm going to take you to the place of the Canaanites." Remember that? Canaanites. Okay, he wanted to take their land from them in chapter 3. Okay, I'm going to give you their land because they oppressed you. So I'm going to take everything from them. Okay?
Okay, and then in chapter 5, this is where Moses and Aaron.
Yeah, this is where, and afterwards, Moshe and Moses went to Pharaoh and they said to him,
Yeah.
this is what they said. They said, YAHUAH Elohim of Israel said, let my people go.
Yeah.
That they may keep a festival
right
to me in the wilderness.
Yeah, now this right here, I was trying to find it. Okay.
In the wilderness.
Y'all was studying until 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't mark nothing up. So I'm trying, because this is so good, guys. This is so good. We've been studying so much, but last night I was up until 3 to make sure. So here in chapter 5, remember, he said no to what Moses has stated that YAHUAH needed his people to do. He needed them to go out for 3 days into the wilderness for a feast. Right? Okay, now let's just speed up because I want to speed up. Okay, so now we're past chapter 5, 6, 7. And all these are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all plagues being done because Pharaoh would not let.
Well, y'all remember that.
Yeah, y'all would not. Pharaoh would not let his people go into the wilderness.
And then, of course, in Exodus chapter 10, it says, YAHUAH said to Moshe, go to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants. Okay,
and then that's when locusts come. So in chapter 10, that's locusts. And because Pharaoh just being
now you guys got to remember the locust, because that plays a part at the 7th trump, the 6th and 7th trump. There's such a learning here.
Now chapter 10 is really good. Chapter 10 is really good because chapter 10, Moses says in at the tail end of verse 7, he says, do you not yet know that your city is destroyed? Because you got to remember, all those plagues that took place, the city never rebuilt itself. It was still whatever Pharaoh would say no to, and then a plague come. Well, after that, there was no refurbishing. It was just gone, right? So you get to this stage of locusts and all that. Well, locusts come in, and it comes in, and Moses is trying to tell him, do you not yet understand that the city is destroyed? You have nothing. Only thing left is crop. The crop that's going. The only thing that's covered is crop. So now we're coming out of 10. We're going to go to 11. And 11 is the last plague that YAHUAH is going to send to Pharaoh's house or land. And that one was killing of all the firstborn. Okay. Now that all happens in chapter 11. Now this is where the meat is in chapter 12. And this is how we're going to understand how Corinthians ties into this.
The book of Exodus.
The book of Exodus. And it says, chapter 12, verse 1, it says, and YAHUAH spoke to Moshe and to Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month is the beginning of months for you. It is the first month of year for you.
Okay, stop there. So you guys, we have people that are coming on. We want to thank you for joining us today. We are absolutely excited that you're here. If you're listening for the first time with Mark and Kim, and you're watching THC. And what we're talking about today is that we're opening up the book of Corinthians, because the book of Corinthians chapter
15.
First
chapter 1 and chapter 15
ties into the resurrection of the bodies.
Right.
Now, the resurrection of the bodies is very important to know, because Yahusha was raised from the dead. Now, the story of Exodus and Moshe plays into the resurrection of our Savior. Now, I posed a question earlier, which was this: why would the world celebrate the Passover?
Yahusha.
Why would the Canaanites celebrate the Passover of Yahusha? They wouldn't.
Anyway.
They wouldn't. So this chapter 12 of Exodus.
This gets good because you gotta understand the Passover. Because it's
not
what we think.
And by the way, you guys, there was one question that came to. I would get a couple of questions. I think Dr. Rosetta asked me this question. It stuck with me, and so did Adrian. And they said, and Allie, and these are questions I got from them throughout a period of time. They asked about Passover. They said, well, is Passover the beginning of the year in April or March? Or is it September? And that's just the question that many people have listening. Is the word Passover?
So we need to read to understand first. If you gotta read it to understand it.
I know, but I'm posing it to them. They're
I know, so we gotta read it out the Basor, because if some of you guys still reading out the King James and other whatever they call it, you're not gonna understand it because it doesn't lay it out.
Yeah, you're not gonna see it. You gotta dig past the calendars that we see, and through the technology that they provide for us. But it's right before you inside the Basora.
Okay, so let's read. Okay, because this is all based on them wanting to go for 3 days into the wilderness so they could do what they needed to do.
And all them plagues are tied to that.
Yeah, that's what all the plagues are tied to, because Pharaoh wouldn't let them do it. Okay, so now it says, this month is the beginning of months for you, and it is the first month of the year for you. Speak to all assembly of Israel, saying, on the 10th day of this month, each of one of them to take for himself a lamb, according to the house of his father, a lamb for his household. And if the household is too small for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of beginnings, and according to each man's need and whatever. So we keep going. Then it says, take it from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it until the 14th day. Okay?
Of the same month.
Of the same month. And it says, all the assembly of Israel shall kill it between the evenings. And they shall take some of the blood and put it on 2 doorposts and on the lintel. So that means the top of the door. So you got to put it on each side of the door and on top of the door. That was never taught to us properly. And of the house where they eat. And it says, and they shall eat the flesh of the lala, which means that night. You could then eat it at night. And listen to this: roasted in fire with unleavened bread and with a bitter herb, then shall eat it.
They shall
and do not eat it raw. So we're not supposed to eat raw meat. So everybody like raw meat. You don't eat it raw, nor boil it at all. It says, and water it, but roast it in fire. Its head with its legs and its inward parts, and do not leave of it until morning. And what remains of it until morning are you you are to burn with fire. Okay? And it says, and this is how you eat it. Your loins gird up, so you got to be dressed, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it hastily. So you eat it fast. You got to eat it fast.
Now let's stop here before we go further, because a lot of people are listening. They've heard the story before, but remember when he said that unto you was been given to know the mysteries. So there's a breathing that's going on right now into your ears to hear this mystery. Because if it was that simple, then the whole world wouldn't be doing it. Now you remember that Yeshua said the world hated him. They will also hate you. And remember how America and religion remove what are they good at doing? They're good at removing words, names, statements, and language. And during this time, the month, I want you to get that in your head. The month is the beginning of months for you. It is the first month of the year for you.
Okay, keep that in mind because it's
the first month of the year for you. Not everybody,
right,
but for you.
Okay. Now, at the tail end of that verse 11
it is the Passover YAHUAH.
Okay, so Passover is for YAHUAH. Okay, so keep that in mind. Passover is for YAHUAH.
Let's stop there. That's what it says here.
Yeah, that's what it says.
It says it is the Passover of YAHUAH. So that's distinctively his Passover at this month.
I know. Yeah, and let me keep reading. Let me keep reading because it's important.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and because they don't have this. Some of them don't have this.
Some don't have the Passover. Okay.
Yeah, and it says it is the Passover of YAHUAH, and I shall pass. He's describing why it's a Passover. He's going to describe why it's a Passover, and I shall pass through the land of the Egyptians. That's what it is, the Egyptians, on that night, and shall smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And on all the mighty ones of the Egypt I shall execute judgment. I am YAHUAH.
So the judgment always happens. You gotta get that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. What we need to understand that Passover. Why is it called Passover? It's called Passover, and the Passover of YAHUAH is because he passed over, because he did judgment. He executed judgment. He took all the firstborn of man and beast. Okay. Now it gets good because Mark he's coming up with insight, and I don't want to give him too much, so we got to get to where we
Hold on, y'all.
Okay, so then we go into 13. It says, and the blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are. So the blood from the lamb or from the goat is for them to be protected, which we would know about the angel. It's not the death angel coming. Remember we talked the death. It's not the death. It's because YAHUAH himself is coming.
The blood of the lamb.
Yeah, the blood of the lamb. So he's coming, and he's coming to take out the firstborn of man and beast. Okay, so to protect your house, you had to put the blood on the doorpost and up top of the pool of the top of the door.
And I know people go, okay, I got that. Okay, but pay attention to the timing. The timing is everything, you guys. Pay attention to this, because this is what in 1 Corinthians was we're dealing with the resurrection. So we're going to tie this in. You got to just hold on.
So, okay, and when I see the blood, I shall pass over. He's saying when I see the blood. So we were taught something different. We always were taught something different. At least I was taught something different. And so it's always been YAHUAH that came and did that. His presence, not him physically, but his presence, his authority came down and made that judgment. And it says, and he said, now I want to.
No, he's saying when I show up.
That's what I'm saying. But he's physically not showing up to deal with it. Yeah. Remember, he could be anywhere.
Yeah,
he's not. Yeah. So he sent his judgment.
The judgment's Passover.
Okay, so y'all say something so we know y'all still there. And you shall observe it Okay, because he's telling Moses what to do, and Moses is listening to what to do. So Moses is telling the people, he's listening, and he's saying, and YAHUAH is saying to Moses, where am I at? And you shall observe it as a festival to YAHUAH throughout your generation. So the Passover is based on YAHUAH. Based on YAHUAH 1. Throughout our generations, we got to do this. And it says, observe it for a feast of blah, blah, everlasting yom.
Now, this right here, as you guys are looking at it, okay, here in Exodus chapter 12, we're at verse 14. It says, on this day you shall become to you a remembrance, and you shall observe it as a festival to YAHUAH throughout your generations. And you're supposed to do this everlasting. So it never stops. But what is happening? Hold on, Vicky. But what is happening is that this festival is the timing of when it begins. And this is where do you still want to keep on reading?
I'm not going to read no more, but okay. I need to bring the story together. So in on day 7, when you look, on day 7 is when they have the unleavened bread.
Okay, that's good. Wait, Kim ain't done yet. You better keep on reading. So let me read down. Verse 14, it says, and this day, this yom, shall become your remembrance, and you shall observe it as to a festival to YAHUAH throughout your generations, and observe it as a festival, an everlasting law. Okay,
and it shall not.
Then in verse 15, you guys,
this is where the rubber meets the road right here.
7 days you shall eat the unleavened bread. Indeed, on the first day you shall cause the leaven to cease from your house, and whoever eats the leavened bread from the first day.
Not unleavened bread, leavened. That means the bread that you can make a sandwich with.
Yeah. And whoever eats leavened bread from the first
until the 7th.
That being shall be cut off from Israel. He shall be cut off. Okay. And on the first day is a Kodesh, and this is holy. So refer from it's somewhat holy. On the first day is holy, and on the 7th day, you have a Kodesh. It's a moment. It's because the word, we got to get into that a little bit later and show you the word Kodesh and how Kodesh was replaced with the word holy, but not today. Okay, that's a whole different subject. And it says here, and no work at all is done in them, only that which is eaten by every being, that alone is prepared by you.
I mean, nobody else needs to touch your food at that time.
Because this is at your house.
And at this point in time, yes.
Okay? And you shall guard the unleavened bread. So in other words, the festival of the unleavened bread. So the festival of unleavened bread is a very important festival. Okay? For on this same day, here's why. On this same day, I have brought your divisions out of the land of Mitzrayim, which is Egypt. And you shall guard, listen to the instruction, you should guard this day throughout your generations as an everlasting rule. In other words, a law. Now, it's going to tell you when. Go ahead, babe.
It says, in the first month, which is verse 18, it says, in the first month, on the 14th day of the month, in the evening. He's specific. In the evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of Yom. So after the 14th day, you have to eat from unleavened bread for additional 7 days of Yom of the month. And it says, verse 19, for 7 days, no leaven is to be found.
Hold on, y'all. I see y'all.
Y'all wait for the truth, but you need to understand.
Yeah, there's okay. Let's back up for a second because they're sitting on. You're sitting on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So now, okay.
It's y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know.
It takes the reason. Okay, again, if those of you that are listening, right? We got meat eaters on here too.
Mm-hmm.
But you meat eaters gotta slow down.
Yeah, because you might be eating the wrong meat.
Yeah, you want to slow down because this. Remember the reason why a lot of people got into the rapture of the church, okay, and a lot of people think that bodies are still in the grave. And they're going to pop up once Yeshua shows back. And you got to realize, he causes all to receive his mark. Mm-hmm. And people don't really understand, and they mourn when people, are pass away. They think they just don't understand the resurrection, and they don't understand why they're not harvesting. Mm-hmm. Why they are not harvesting. What if YAHUAH is telling us something here that we need to pay attention to?
That's right.
What if we see something and we see it today that we're going to share with you in just a moment, that we see it and we wanted to read it to you so you would see it, not just take our word for it, but read it.
Right.
So the first 12 books of Exodus is telling this story, paralleling this story to what Paul's talking about in the book of Corinthians. Then Yahushua comes around and says, the world will never worship me. The word is never. And yet, one of the most busiest weeks in the country.
Right. Okay.
Is American world? Well, it's not an American. No. Worldwide Passover. The question that I want you to think about, because we already got the answer. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So because now I'm done, but we need to because I need to bring you to 13. Okay. So I'm just gonna say. So once Moses heard all the instructions that Yahweh gave. Moses then calls the elders and tell the elders, hey, get these people moving, get your stuff, get it going, because we got until tonight. Because why? Because still in chapter 12, when night comes, this is when YAHUAH is going to show up with his judgment on the Egyptian. So now that we know that, you go into 13. Now this is where 13. So we know that in 13, since all of YAHUAH and 12 took care of the Egyptians and Pharaoh's people and took out all those people and so forth. In 13, once that was all over, once 12, and when we get to 13, it now talks to the house of Israel. And it says, YAHUAH spoke to Moshe, saying, set apart to me all the firstborn one, opening the womb among the children of Israel, among men and among beasts, it is mine. And Moshe said to the people, remember, this is Yom. This is the day in which you went out of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. For by the strength of the hand of YAHUAH brought you out of this place, and whatever is leavened shall not be eaten.
Shall not.
Today.
What's that word?
Shall not. What part?
Today.
Today.
What's that word, y'all?
Today.
Say it again. Today.
You are going out and without in the month of Abib.
Oh, stop there. What did you say, girl?
The month of Abib. Why did he say?
Why did he say that?
The month of Abib.
No, he didn't say next week.
He didn't say next week.
He didn't say next month.
He didn't say next month.
He called it today.
Today.
So when he says today, that's the day.
That's the day.
Like he can't say, because if he said tomorrow, it'd be just tomorrow. But he said today, you're going out in the month of Abib.
Of Abib.
That's what they heard.
That's what they heard. That's what it was told.
That's what they was told. Right?
Was told.
He said today you're going out in the month of Abib.
Yeah.
So they wasn't even thinking about Abib.
Because you got to remember the beginning of chapter 2.
What the heck is Abib?
What is Abib? Now, contrary to what has been taught through the Jewish teachings of what the word Abib means.
This is the part. This is the part, y'all. Catch this.
The word Abib.
Wait.
The word Abib is not a month of a name of a month. Okay, Abib is not a name of a month. Abib is a time of harvest. And the time of harvest is only talking about when wheat is harvested. Not planted, but harvested. So, what month? Wait, because my husband's excited. So you say to yourself, okay, this is a mystery. So you say to yourself, well, what month is wheat harvested?
So the word is wheat.
Wheat.
And I didn't say apples.
No.
I didn't say grapes.
No.
I didn't say watermelon. I didn't say berries.
No.
I ain't said none of that.
No.
But wheat.
Wheat.
When is wheat harvest?
Right.
That's the question.
That's the question.
Okay, keep going.
And the question is, if you look up through history and today, you could go back to history and come into today. And today, that month is September.
Y'all.
Yo, I saw a
Okay, wait a minute. So what you just said, come on. What you just said.
What you just said, Kim, through the mouth of Yahuwah's instructions.
Okay, wait a minute. Right here in Exodus 13, Yahuwah said, today you're going out of the slavery. You're going away from all these plagues. You're going away from everything.
Yeah, I got you out of that house.
And today, you are going out in the month of Abib. So the month of Abib.
Okay, goes back to this. Chapter 12, it says, this month is the beginning of the months for you. It is the first month of the year for you.
For you. It's the first month of the year for you. It's the first month of the year for you. For you, daughter. For you, son.
Oh.
For you, everybody listening. The first month of the year confirmed by the voice of Yahuwah. Now, if that's the harvest day, y'all.
And that was the delay.
Rabba. Okay,
he delivered them out.
If that's the deliverance day.
And
okay, go ahead. I can't. Y'all very glad this videotape it all. Y'all see me grab my head and everything.
Because if
that is the deliverance day.
And he said that day was the day to be recognized as his Passover.
That's the day to be recognized as his Passover.
Right. Wait. Well, let's say the month.
The month.
Yeah.
The month of September is supposed to be recognized as his Passover.
Right. Now he going now.
No, you didn't just say that.
I didn't say it.
It's in there. Let me go. I gotta read that again.
It is there.
Because unto you has been given to know the mysteries.
Yes, unto you.
Okay, the mysteries.
Let me see. Okay, while you doing that, I'm going to see.
The Passover, according to Scripture, and the original manuscript. He says today you are going out in the month of Abib. Now, you have to understand something. What are you looking at now?
No, I'm looking so they can see what, so they can understand.
Okay. Oh, you're going to try to put that in there?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in there.
Okay. So the month of Abib, I hope you guys are getting this. We are so glad that you guys are just tuned in. And I'm telling you, okay. So, okay, hold on, y'all. Now, what I'm going to give to you as Kim, Kim is going to continue to share some things with you. Now, let me look at some comments. Good comments. Right now.
Look at the comments right now. Well, I got to do this.
Okay. Vicky put harvest. Okay. Yeah. Keep the mind harvest. Erica. Wow. Boom. Pop the head. Yep. So September is the time of Yahuwah's return. Yes, Vicky. That's right. The resurrection. Okay. Just hold on. Yeah. Yeshua. This is confirming. Remember the plagues. What were some of the plagues? Right? Locusts. When is the season of locusts? The season of locusts begins in March and April. Okay? That's the 5 months and a half. 5 months and a half. And then when is Yeshua going to return? At harvest time. Why is he going to return in September at harvest time? Because he talks about what? The wheat. And who is the wheat? The people are the wheat, right? So you got the wheat and the tares, which when the angels come,
Let's go, boy.
They're going to harvest the wheat. My goodness. My goodness. My goodness.
Wait, because there's more to it. There's more to
no,
it.
I know. Okay.
We got to keep talking.
So it goes beyond.
It goes beyond.
Okay, now you got to realize the Canaanites. These.
Wait. Before we get okay. So let's continue. Let's continue because now we're gonna get to the actual day of when. So remember, Abib is talking about when wheat is harvest or barley. Barley and wheat are the same. When they is harvest. Wheat is harvest in the month.
So whenever
harvest is picked up.
So when Yahuwah ever talks about harvest,
right.
It's always referring to wheat.
Right.
In scriptures and everything he talks about, he's always referring to wheat. He doesn't talk about the harvesting, of grapes. We don't hear about the harvesting of wine. Every time he talks about harvest, it's always referring to wheat. Even to this very day, guys, take it out of the Bosora and you just deal with the New York Stock Exchange. You know, the actual crop report is September 17th.
I understand it now.
Laba.
Wait, I know. Wait.
Okay,
guys, we are so excited.
Okay, come on. Let's go.
So let's continue. So we can get to what the day, the actual day to eat the unleavened bread. Will you quit yelling while I'm talking? Okay, so let's continue. Verse 5 of 13 of Exodus, it says, and it shall be when Yahuwah brings you into the land. Where are he going to bring you to the land? This is where you go snatch up stuff. In the land of the Canaanites. The
Hittites.
The Hittites and the Amorites and the
Kulites. The Jezubites.
All them things.
Adamites.
Which he swore to your fathers to give you. The land that's flowing with milk and honey. So he brings them out into the harvest time of picking up where all the stuff is ready to go. He took them from bondage and slavery.
Now wait a minute. Here's the part that I'm finna make you. Okay, now
I gotta get to the day.
Come on, girl.
And you shall keep this service in this month. Only in this month.
You shall keep the service of the Passover.
Only in this month.
Only in this month.
It's important. Now, what day are you supposed to have the unleavened bread? Verse 6 tells you, on the 7th day, you eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day, you have the festival
of Yahuwah. You have the 7th, listen, on the 7th day, you eat the unleavened bread, and on the 7th is the festival of Yahuwah. The unleavened bread is to be eaten for 7 days, and whatever is leavened is not to be seen with you. And leaven is not to be seen with you within all your border. Okay? Now, here's where I got to get this out.
Yeah, get it at.
I got to get this out. Okay. Now, y'all familiar with 2 letters I'm going to give you right now that the world hates for us to say these 2 words, and it's BS. And here's what's happened. And I asked the question earlier just in case somebody gets on here and they hear me say the word BS. Okay? But when you look at, understand this. Okay? Understand this. That the world hates YAHUAH. Never ever believe they're going to celebrate YAHUAH. Never believe they're going to actually create a day and make an announcement as this is the time to celebrate Yahusha. So, in the month, boy, this irritates my soul to no good, boy. I'm telling you, this is not a bunch of BS.
Passover.
And when they celebrate in March and April, or March, and
April too,
and April,
because they move it back and forth
they do that on
But
purpose.
what did he say? Do not
do that. Okay. Okay, y'all gotta hold on. So, what are the Canaanites trying to constantly do?
Yeah.
They change words, names, statements, and language. Words, names, statements, and languages. Why? To get the children of Yah off their harvest cycle. But what happens when Yah interrupts that? And he's interrupting it right now. So that, for what reason? Because unto you has been given to know the mysteries.
Yeah, it's mysteries because you went. They told you the bib means a month. A bib is not a month.
A bib is,
and they said a bib is April, meaning
No.
April. Yes, no. They said a bib means April. If you look it up, that's what it says.
but okay, yeah.
But I
you-
got proof that it's not.
And then I went backdoor into how the stock market works because they wouldn't see me looking over there.
Yeah.
So y'all, I went to the stock market just to find out is the harvest because in the quote unquote Jew world, the harvest for the wheat is March and April.
Right.
That's what they do in their religious language.
Right. According to
because if you go study it out.
And you go look at
you don't know you're looking at that Jew word.
what they write.
What they writing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna show up as March
or
and April.
Right.
So I didn't go that route. I went the other route. I followed the money.
Right.
And went backdoor with my business knowledge and said, when does the New York Stock Exchange talk about harvest? It's not until September. In fact, September 17th is when the harvest report shows up.
Because they have.
And that harvest report shows up worldwide for wheat.
Right.
It's in September.
That's when they know how much harvest of wheat they have.
And guess who they copy that from? Joseph. Y'all better shout out. Joseph is the one that came up with that system.
Yes.
Okay? Now, what they have done, here's where you guys going to say BS at.
Yeah.
What they have given you at the beginning of a bib is you got to realize, okay. That's right. They got us running like fools. Yeah. So what's happening is that they're celebrating. Remember, go back to the first celebration of Yahushua being killed. When did that first celebration happen? When did it happen?
Yeah, when did it happen?
It happened at that time. So what they said, okay, this is the Passover season. They even knew that it was in September.
They knew it.
They knew it was in September. So he wasn't sacrificed in April.
No.
He wasn't crucified in April. He was crucified in September. Because they knew that. Then they turned around and changed the schedule and changed the calendar and made you guys get out of sync.
Yeah. And say April.
And say April and March. March and April. And that's what they did.
That's exactly what they did.
Now, watch this. Because they wanted you to celebrate his death.
Right.
And then they didn't want you to celebrate the beginning of Abib.
Right.
Which was the new year.
Right.
So then the Jew, y'all finna mess you up again. So the Jew came up with certain languages. There's certain holidays, certain ways to eat the food. It's all that what they all did is that they manipulated the system. Thinking that you would not read it.
Exactly.
Did you know, I'm going to give you facts today, y'all. I'm going to give you another fact. It's going to knock your head out the sand. Ooh, boy. You're going to be hot as fish grease when I tell you this. So the world, let's talk about the world for a second. The world will only acknowledge, because Satan is now remember, the season of locusts is March, April, all the way to September.
Right.
So the sixth trump is going to be around March. He's going to come sit in a holy place. Who is he going to play?
Because he'll devour. You got to describe.
He's a devourer.
He devours seed.
He devours seed.
Because planting of the wheat is done in March and April.
Yeah.
And then it harvests in September.
The wheat, the harvest in September.
But I keep talking.
Okay, so or you plant also during the winter months, which is
it still won't bring you
grow.
to
It starts. The head will pop up.
Right.
So that's why you plant. That's why December is a planting day.
The best harvest is in the summer.
It's in the summer, as is when the wheat shows up in September. Okay, and so you have the spring of it. First the spring, the eye of it, eye of the corn, and then the mature of the harvest.
Yeah.
So right in March and April, you see the eye. You see it pops up.
No, in June and July.
June, and then July gets bigger and bigger and bigger,
right.
and then the harvest shows up. So now keep this in mind. My goodness, I mean, if y'all grew up on a farm, I should have caught this a long time ago. Now, watch this. So Lucifer shows up at the sixth trump. He's gonna go sit in the temple and claim that he's Jesus Christ. Well, how many people is he going to deceive around that time of the Passover, what they call Passover? A lot. Because remember, the first time they celebrated the death of Yahushua was in September. But when they show it on television, it's always April, March. So remember the celebration of his death, y'all. You got to get this. The celebration of eating.
The celebration of eating.
The celebration of eating the seed.
Unleavened.
Remember, what do they say? Okay.
Are you talking about the Jewish people? Or are you talking about
because that's who was there when they wanted to crucify him.
I'm trying to.
They was yelling, crucify, kill that joker. So the celebration was like, kill him.
Right. So you're talking about the actual Jewish people what they eat.
Yeah. What they was like, kill him. Kill him.
Right. Okay. Keep going.
They were like, kill him. We want him dead. Kill him. Right. So they celebrate. They celebrate his death. So they changed the date and they put it in March and April to celebrate his death. Okay, more Christians are more excited about him dead. Oh, he died. They put emphasis on he died. Okay, a son don't put emphasis on anybody's death.
No,
he's risen.
He's alive.
He's alive. Okay, and then so now here's what I want to hit y'all with. Do you know that these jokers, these Canaanites, you know what they celebrate in September? Labor Day.
Labor Day.
What in the hell is that? So now you got to celebrate laboring.
Because now
wait a minute. We got
celebrating slavery.
Y'all celebrating people in bondage. And they know that, and they celebrate Labor Day at the beginning of every month. The same time
when Yahshua came passing over.
Yes.
And and delivered his people.
And delivered his people.
So now you're going to take the September month.
You will take September and call it Labor Day. What the hell is that?
Sorry, boy.
Ain't that a bunch of BS?
Boy,
Okay, so wait a minute. So now, the whole world is celebrating Passover
in April,
in May, or March. Yeah, when that's the month, they celebrating the actual month. Lucifer showing up.
The devourer.
The devourer.
The devourer showing up because he's a devourer of seed.
He's a devourer of seed.
See, when you plant your seed, the devourer tries to come. You remember the parable of the sower.
This is why. Yeah. This is why those that are sealed are going to sit there and go, "That ain't it." So the season not tells you in the scripture. It's the what Yahusha said. What YAHUAH said was the celebration, the festival of unleavened bread. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he didn't say. He didn't say the festival of Rosh Hashanah. Mm-hmm. He said the festival of unleavened bread.
Unleavened bread.
Okay.
He didn't say nothing about communion. He didn't talk about.
He talked about the bread.
He talked about the bread only.
Talked about the bread only.
I'm gonna put this up so they can just look while you still talking.
Okay,
so this is to show you about the word abib and exactly what it means.
Okay.
Can y'all see that? I know. I couldn't blow it up. Let me see.
Let me see. No. I'll read it to him. I'll read it to you guys.
I can make it a little bigger. Let me
make it a little bigger.
Yeah.
And then you can scroll up and down.
Yeah, I can scroll.
Okay, so we're going to put that up on the screen. Let me go back. I'm going to read some of you guys' comments. I'm glad that you are joining us today. Some of you that are just joining with us today, we are talking about the book of Corinthians, but the book of Corinthians is talking about the resurrection of the bodies. Mm-hmm. Well, the resurrection of the bodies is very important to understand the Passover and how that all connects, because the old Passover, the day that the religious have taught us, is a completely wrong date, and it does matter that it is in the season of Abib, which is right in September. Okay, and that month of September is also the time that Yahusha himself was born, and so it is just perfectly. He was born around the same season as the Passover, and then so how in the hell did we get Passover? And I had to say it like that. Because
y'all don't even care, because ain't nobody paying no boy. I mean, you know what Mom said? Ain't nobody cooking no dinner over here.
Ain't nobody cooking no dinner.
This is true.
And this is the truth.
It pisses you off,
and
boy.
It does, because all this religious BS that we learn that we got to gut ourselves free from in order to get beyond that. And you got these religious fanatics out there. If you don't keep their days, the hell with your day. Yeah. Your day is way off. It doesn't even celebrate our Savior. Okay. You're over there celebrating in March and April. Don't even know what the hell you're talking about. His birthday and his resurrection is in September. It's not in March. It's not in April, and it's right there in our word. It tells us exactly when it is. And you gotta keep on digging. And when you find out that you was lied to, you just say, you know what? I was just lied to. I'm fixing it.
Right.
I don't got no pride in that area. Okay, so here we go. Let's put this on the screen. Look at this, what it says. The word Abib, in the phrase, the month of the Abib, or Avav, meaning the Hebrew word Abib is found only 6 times in quote unquote the Bible, and is transliterated into the English language, blah, blah, whatever. Abib meaning in the ear, or the green ears of grain, or blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Okay? It refers to barley. That's what it does. So we can read it there. So the barley being in its Abib state eliminates the guesswork to determine which new moon begins the new year. There you go, right there, guys.
So September, we know.
The new year, okay?
Yeah.
The scripture is clear. It is the new moon that whatever it just happens. So let me read some of you guys' comments. Who's that?
My grandbaby.
My grandbaby? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me read some of you guys' comments.
Yeah.
Okay. Because y'all was just beating it up there for a second here. Let me see here. I went way back up. The first month of the year is September. Glory to YAHUAH. We got to talk to our granddaughter real quick. Go ahead and say hi to her.
Okay.
So she going to keep on calling y'all.
Yeah.
So Kim's got to talk to her granddaughter. Okay, because she calling on FaceTime over there. Okay. And then let me see. where else we at here? It says the first month of for me is September. That's right, Dr. Rosetta. And that's what we're going to be celebrating on in the month of September. We are going to keep it in September, not October. We'll get back to you guys on those dates. And then Ali, you said wheat is harvest, yes, in September. So September is my harvesting time for, yes, hallelujah. Yes, it is. And that's why also, just to let you guys know, any of you entrepreneurs here that are on, if you own a company, you can choose, notice this, they do it very slick. You can choose September as your tax year, or you can choose December as your tax year. So they know that. And then notice that around April and May, or April and March, is tax season, taxing the people. Why is that? Because the devil always comes to steal the seed. Okay, it's a Canaanite system. This is why it's called the mark of the beast. We are in this world, but we're not of it. But you can see clearly that they paganize every day they can. So it's actually BS to believe that the whole world's going to celebrate
Total
the
BS.
Passover.
Sick of these jokers.
How they going to celebrate Passover and open up the stores and believe all the crap that they believe? And
how you going to take this? Do the math. April, May, June, July, August, September. How you going to take 5 months of my time? 5 months of lie. You lie.
Yeah. Let me keep reading.
I'm so bad.
Let me see what else
these jokers. Imagine Moses was 80 when he found out.
Yes, Dr. Rosetta, March and April is a pagan season. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, Erica, unlocking the mystery. This is how you unlock them, guys.
Nobody ever talk to me about
we are the wheat. Yes, we are the wheat. We are known as wheat in Scripture. That's why he says, that's actually in the Basora. He's going to come and, because the wheat, remember the wheat bows, the tares always stand up, and he's going to, that's why even on your little your emoji thing there, Allie, you see how the wheat is bowing? That's what that meant. And
it's time to pick it up.
And so it says in September, Yahushua returns. That's right. Because it's a harvest time for his children. That's correct.
Same month he was born.
That's right.
And you wonder why he picked 7 to eat the unleavened bread is because you remember in the book of Genesis he rested on the 7th day. So everything lines up to YAHUAH. What they wanted us to do is line ourselves up to Jesus. Don't get me started.
They want to line us up to that.
That's
sorry, Joker, man. That's so much BS you guys don't even have. I'm telling you, one day I'm gonna start saying it. Remember that old man that used to come on the television? We was talking about him.
That was years. I mean, when I say years,
I used to laugh at him. He used to cuss everybody out.
He was a white man, big guy,
wear glasses,
and with a gray beard.
Gray beard. He cuss everybody out.
I don't remember his name, but yeah, he smoked cigars.
Yeah.
They used to talk about when he's smoking cigars, because the paganism tries to justify and tell you what's right and what's wrong, or what's a curse word, or what's this and what's that. Shut the hell up! That's what you need to do, boy. Sit over there in that blue chair.
You can talk that. You can talk that crap if you want to. But all I know is that y'all's sons and daughter on this channel is getting free.
Yeah, that's all I know. That's all I know.
I know that ain't nobody gonna be the hood blanket. When Satan show up in his little march in April, claiming that he gonna sit there and he's the resurrection one, all them dumbasses is gonna go over there.
Them dumbasses gonna go
remember,
over there.
It says that my people are sodists, dumbasses.
Yeah, exactly. Okay?
And he says all them dumbasses is gonna go over there and start serving Lucifer because they think they're gonna get raptured up.
That's right.
And he gonna show up at the month of locusts, and he already told us.
Devour.
The devourer shows up during his season. He gonna show up like clockwork.
He coming to show up when you are planting, not to us, but to his dumb ones, the ones that believe his hype, believe his lies, believe he is our Father. YAHUAH told us who he was. He is the author and the finisher of death.
You know what? And just for the record, I hope some preacher watched this, because I know many times every preacher that I know and everyone I've been on platform with always say BS behind scenes.
I don't give it. I ain't got to justify what I say. What the hell I want to say?
I'm just saying.
I'm like, boy, don't get me started.
I'm just letting you know. So don't let them fool you.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me what I'm gonna say and what word I'm gonna say.
Because if
telling you that right now.
If you cross the line, I'm gonna call it what it is.
You're gonna see a whole different side of me.
Here you got. Let's see. Adrian said, I had us running around like fools collecting eggs in March, and guess what?
If they still ain't justified what a damn bunny got to do with anything. What the bunny got to do? Explain the daggone bunny. Stupid.
Yeah, we get back on track. It's harvest time in September. That's correct. That's where we put our energy. That's a celebration.
Mm-hmm. And we do it on the 7th day. Let's get it straight.
On the 7th day.
we
7th day is a Sabbath.
Yes.
It's a Sabbath, you guys. So that's why when we do our celebration, it'll be the Feast of Unleavened Bread on a Saturday in September.
That joker there, what does he have? He wanted us to stay in slavery, get no harvest. When Yahweh brought us out into harvest, he brought us out into the month of harvest, where all they had to do was go pick up, and the land was flowing with milk and honey. You talking about eating that bread, eating that unleavened bread good? You put some honey on that unleavened bread.
Yeah.
That joker. Oh, I can't stand him. Oh, I can't stand that Lucifer.
Vicky is so crazy that we came up out with it. Keep knowing us from y'all. Come on now.
I don't know how.
This is so unbelievable. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm hot as fish grease too.
I'm real hot. I'm laughing because I better laugh because I might.
You talking about some BS, y'all? Yeah, this is like crazy. How in the hell you gonna sit there and have me worshiping this nigga over here? Excuse me for my white Caucasian people on here, but I gotta say it like it is. That joker over there, I'm sitting there worshiping his tail.
Oh,
I'm worshiping 5 months out of my system. They can kiss my black tail. I don't care what anybody say. I'm angry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm angry.
Just the fact that you
and then you want me to calm down and be this fake, retarded, weak individual. Like I ain't supposed to say nothing.
You say I cannot.
How dare you?
That's right.
Have me sitting there as a child trying to get some damn eggs. And how dare you let me go through that stuff?
I'm telling you.
How dare you? And then all along, and I thank you guys when you guys are, and I kept saying, okay, if it's the Passover, then okay, it's a Passover. Then, because I think they said, do we celebrate? Is that our New Year? So how the hell are you gonna have the New Year and the Passover separated? You can't.
You can't.
The New Year is the Passover. You dumbass.
It says it.
I keep saying that over again.
Because it tells you in Exodus. It tells you right there. This will be the New Year. This will
be the New Year. So when the Passover happens, it's the New Year.
Chapter 12.
Not only when the Passover happens, the New Year, and then right, and Yeshua was born right after the Passover. All that's in the same month.
JB says, so when is Rosh Hashanah?
Well, Rosh Hashanah is engrafted in all of that, but Rosh Hashanah is still supposed to be in September. So, but it's the New Year. Mm-hmm. Rosh Hashanah is just a celebration of all that together. Mm-hmm. So it's Rosh Hashanah is a part of the whole thing.
Right.
So
what they tried to do, as we keep studying and learning, because that's what you do when you are under Yah's hand in law of love. He will show you how they twist it and
how they take words
and words.
Remember the four things, y'all. Just you gotta keep it before you. The four things. Okay, we got words, names, statements, and language. Okay, and that's what we have. Mm-hmm. But what I know those are the things that we have. So we have that. All right.
So it all is really one day, one month. That's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't say not one day, but everything that we're celebrating is only in 1 month. What happened is that they intertwine Yeshua, and resurrection, which has nothing to do with the it still has nothing to do with the Passover.
The Passover, you can't change it.
Yeah, the Passover was before.
He never. Watch this. Yes. He never said the death, resurrection, whatever, was a festival.
That's right.
Get that straight.
Get that straight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Get that straight.
Get that straight.
Okay. He never said that was a festival. No. He says the festival of YAHUAH.
This is mine. Not my son.
Not my son. You keep this one.
This one.
Boy.
You better ask somebody. You better ask somebody.
And then the resurrection of Yahuwah, Yeshua, Satan, I want to be like.
Yeah, he does.
I want to be a copy. So he created his own death.
That's right, because he always want to be worshipped.
He want to be worshipped. So he stuck his
Jesus over there.
Yeah, Jesus over there, and let them niggas run around with trying to get them damn eggs and all that crap.
Oh,
and then
eggs,
and then get all that, and then water you down so you don't fight against it.
Right.
You don't say nothing against it. You talk like that. You cursing.
Right. No, and the whole time they got you under subjection of Hinduism. You dummy.
Got me under Hinduism.
No, they got them under Hinduism.
Yeah, they over there worshiping Hinduism.
Yeah, that's
part Hinduism and part demonology. Mm-hmm. And up there locked in and got you in slavery. Got you can't talk like you Toby. Toby, you good? You good? Oh yeah, Toby good. Yeah, got you over there quiet.
That's correct, Mikhail, to what you said to Jamie.
Yeah, you quiet, right? Mm-hmm. And so now you shut up. You don't say nothing because the system.
Yeah. The hell you say?
And they for one.
I'm so mad right now.
Ain't nobody has blessed me but Yahuwah only.
You better get that straight.
Okay? You better get that straight. Right?
I'm going to stay in the house for the next 7 days. I think I need that. Because if I think I'm running to one of these crazy jokers, I may not be here.
Okay, wait a minute. So let's look at I got to finish some of these comments. Okay. And again, I know that those people watching the background.
Jamie asked a question.
Hold on here. Let me. I'll get to Jamie here in a second. Vicky is so crazy. Came up with us not knowing y'all. Come on now, it's already hot. Yeah. Okay. This make me so sick. How he's deceived. Yeah. They should already know that. Yeah. Yeah. All this stuff is true. Don't you get tired of holding back? I mean, I'm like Peter. I'm gonna cut an ear off. I'm like Peter. If that lady would have came up to me, I probably would have did the same thing he did, cuss her out too.
I'd have slapped her at the end because I know my pressure level would have. Because she would have kept going.
Alex says so. Passover is September. That's the time, and not April. That's correct.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
And I need you guys to go study for yourself.
That you get that revelation.
That you see that and understand that. And we're not even adding. All you do is reading what it says.
Oh yeah, like here. I don't even know what the hell Juneteenth is. To be honest with you, somebody celebrating slavery. I don't get that. I still don't understand.
Because that's when America's.
I mean, I just don't.
No, I'm not saying. No, she's saying that so they want to still celebrate.
I'm not trying to discredit it. I just don't know about it.
No, I'm about to tell you. No, I'm saying that's America when they allowed slavery.
That's the version they provided you.
Yeah.
Well,
so now they want to bring and celebrate slavery because we're supposed to be free in June, but these.
Oh, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah, but now they want to celebrate that. Yeah, so now they still want to celebrate slavery. You know what the Canaanites want still like they want.
They gave you a date, and so be happy with that.
No, not give us a date. They want us to be enslaved.
Oh, okay.
I laugh because it's funny. Yeah, no.
But
they still want that.
But here's the point. I don't have to celebrate because my authority doesn't come from you. You ain't granting me nothing.
No, slavery was ended when Yahuwah walked in.
Slavery was ended on the Passover. Yeah. That's what he said.
Yeah, he said Passover because I'm about to kill these jokers.
Passover ended the slavery.
Now, and mind you guys, this now. Contrary to Hollywood's movies, Pharaoh didn't go after Moses and them until after he lost all his people.
Yeah. But wait, can you guys know we've been talking for a little over.
Yeah, because it's good.
Okay, let me go. Let me. I'm reading some of these things.
Okay.
The New Year is the Passover. That is correct. The New Year is the Passover, and I'm telling you right now, we are going to email people, and we ain't saying nothing.
Email people.
I mean,
you're talking about when we're gonna have the celebration. Okay.
Celebrate
I'm not gonna make no announcement. Don't look for no announcement on the YouTube
because I ain't casting no pearls. No, you gotta find this. You seek until you find. It says, are we going to have 2 Passovers this year? No, we're going to have 1.
Exactly.
There ain't no 2.
There's no 2. It's only 1.
We're going to have 1, and we're going to have it in September, and we're going to celebrate.
Yahusha, like Mark was saying, Jamie, I think it's Jamie, that when Yahusha was death, burial, and resurrection was in the same month as what the Passover was. So there's only 1 Passover. What they want you to believe is that Passover was in April.
Yeah. So remember, the Passover was about the lamb. So he was that lamb. He was that lamb.
Because remember, they had to sacrifice a lamb or a goat.
So he was that lamb. So he showed up in September to be sacrificed, to be that ultimate sacrifice. So
to come get his people.
His people. So watch it. That the first time he showed up and he passed over. That's why I said YAHUAH passed over. You got to remember, this is why the names are so important. Because YAHUAH is Yahushua. So YAHUAH, the Father,
sent his judgment.
Sent his judgment. YAHUAH, YAHUAH, his salvation is Yahushua. His salvation is Yahushua. Okay? And when his salvation showed up and was sacrificed, that was the Passover.
That was the Passover.
That was it.
It was the same liking image as when the book of Exodus.
It's the same month. He rose in September.
Yes, he did.
He was born in September. Somebody shout.
Hallelujah.
He was born and he was risen in the same month. That's what happened. Lucifer, this
thing. Yes.
Okay. His retarded self is making everybody worship the image of the beast.
That's right.
And the image of the beast is the mark of the beast, which is when you celebrate his days, you have his mark.
That's right.
So everybody in April and during all that, they got the mark of the beast. And when he show up, right at the beginning of that, he's there to eat the seed, to devour the seed. And when they start worshiping JC and Lord, they are worshiping Lucifer in that month. It's totally separated. Isn't that interesting? And then, as they worship him all that time, Passover. Right before Passover, the 2 witnesses will be murdered 3 days later in September.
Why 3 days? Because dumb Nick, the Pharaoh.
Yeah. 3 days later, what's going to happen? 3 days later, the witnesses going to rise up because the 7th trump going to hit in September. Everything going to happen in September. And my black tail, this pastor, this minister, me, Pastor Kid,
yes.
We are going to be celebrating with everybody
in line,
whosoever,
with my Father.
I'm going to be in line with YAHUAH.
That's it.
And celebrating his Passover in September like it is. And I'll see y'all there, right there in Corona.
Yeah,
raising my hands high.
And I don't care. I could care less what anybody said. They could go take this audio and cut it up in pieces and put all the curse words we said. I could care less because they justify what a curse word is. I'm using whatever I need to use to free myself from not hurting anybody. Oh, help me, Father. These jokers is crazy. Imagine that the deception, how
he's a master at it.
I understand what Yahusha was saying. He's a master at it. He's so good. When Yahusha was walking at the time of when it was time for him to do the walking, he would listen to them talk about what he said, and he ain't never said nothing. Talking about what he said. He said that's why he told Potiphar, no, that's what they saying. I ain't saying nothing.
Yes, Michael. Yes, Yahusha was crucified in September and resurrected in September.
Yes, right.
You better go and born.
And born. All of
that.
3.
He was crucified, he was resurrected, and he was born in September.
3.
You better boy, I'm trying to tell you. September, the whole month is a celebration month.
That's right. It is a whole month.
The whole month of September should be celebrated.
But the 7th day It's an important day because that's the day you eat. There's a sanctity of eating that unleavened bread on the seventh day.
Telling y'all.
Telling you.
And that's why.
Oh, glory!
And that's why Lucifer wanted to get the sons and daughters off sync.
Yes.
Out of your season, out of your harvest.
Yes.
Y'all, don't you know? Let me look at my calendar right now. Why are they on the phone? Rabba!
Well, you just said you ain't.
I gotta look at it. I gotta look at it. Come on, phone. So, and that's why they gave us that phony Labor's Day. So, kamata. So the 7th day of September. Okay, the 7th day of September is when it happens.
Yeah, and see, what Lucifer wants you to do is celebrate slavery, bondage, and death.
Yeah, he wants you to celebrate man-made holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and stuff where you get angry at. You get along with people you mad about what you think the United States done to you. Well, you forgot the scripture. You got to go back to the scripture. Mm-hmm. It says it in Ephesians chapter 6 that you wrestle not against flesh and blood, but wicked world leaders, wicked world rulers, that manipulate days and times. You know, they manipulate words, names, and statements and languages, and they get together with a person like King James to manipulate the people about their father.
Because they want you enslaved. They want you in bondage.
Don't you know that everybody listening today, and I know that ain't nobody hung up. Don't you know that everybody listening, don't you know that you're going to celebrate, we are all together.
Yes.
Are going to officially celebrate on September 7th.
We're going to be in line. This is the first.
Come on, girl. Give me a high five. Give me a high five. Give me a high five. This is the first year we're going to celebrate at one time.
Yes. 2024.
2024. It took me all this time.
In the days of 5,000, whatever it is on this planet.
Sorry. Oh man, I can't wait.
That this is see. And you notice as we walk through this,
you get more freer, and more freer, and more freer, and more freer, and more. And here's the thing: we are not prideful. If we get a little bit, we'll take it on. We take it.
Yeah, we dig it in there.
Yeah, exactly. Now this makes sense. So his death, burial, resurrection, and all of that happened. All in September. It did not happen in March or April, anything like that.
We free from that. Can you imagine? See, we didn't know why we walked away from. We don't know. No, we don't. No. Not that we don't know why. We didn't participate in April.
Yeah,
we called it Pat. I'm trying to get the right.
Yeah, because I looked at that day. I was like, that's wrong.
Something it just never had no connection.
I didn't have no connection, but I knew.
But we love Rosh Hashanah. Y'all remember we adore. You remember adore Rosh Hashanah, but Rosh Hashanah was connecting us.
Yeah, Rosh Hashanah.
What we really need to understand.
We was like trying to, and then how do we have 2 days? It don't even make no sense now. You think about it.
Yeah.
Why in the hell you celebrating 2 days?
Yeah. It didn't make. Yeah, we were
Why
always celebrating.
Stuff. You know, which one do you celebrate the most?
Right.
Do you celebrate? You know, what day do you celebrate the most? It happened in the same time.
And y'all always saying, "Look, this is the only day.
This is the only day.
Passover is my day.
It's my day.
Period.
This
whole month. Okay.
Yeah.
It's mine.
Yeah. He don't. He noticed that what he didn't do. He didn't even tell you to celebrate the birth.
No, that's what I'm saying. It had nothing to do with Yahusha.
It had nothing to do with Yahushua. Yeshua never said celebrate his birth.
No, he said this is my day.
It's my day.
And you know why it's my day? Because this is why. Because tonight I'm passing over and I'm about to take out the Egyptians.
All Egyptians that mess with you.
Yeah, the firstborn.
Yeah.
So there ain't gonna be none to come after these ones over here. You know, so it explains so much.
The world, the religious world, they did their own damn Passover.
Yeah.
Basically, March
that
and
dealt
April,
bunny rabbits.
What they did, their way of celebrating Passover got nothing to do with the way that Yahusha was talking. He didn't do a Passover based on Akaba. Listen to this. He didn't do He didn't do the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say it, y'all. Yeah, I gotta say it. He didn't even, because in Exodus he doesn't even do the Passover based on the death, burial, and resurrection.
No, because what
He did the Passover based on what he was doing. He said, "You better keep this forever."
Yeah.
And on this day, this is what you do.
he based the Passover on life.
And then the life now, the only thing is that Yeshua replaced the lamb that you ate.
That's right.
That's all he did.
That's all
he just replaced it.
Yeah.
He didn't replace the
And you didn't have to cook. You didn't have to do all these preparations.
Yeah, do all this cooking preparation because
Yeah.
he replaced it.
Yeah.
He became
the lamb.
the lamb.
So there was no confusion on who had goat and who had lamb.
Yeah,
because remember you had an option.
He became.
He became. So everybody had a lamb,
Everybody got it. He became the lamb.
and it was well done.
It was well done.
Ooh. No, nothing raw, nothing fake.
He became that
nothing
lamb.
bitter. My God.
He became that lamb.
Ah, glory. Oh, goodness gracious.
He became that lamb. And that's what happened. He became it.
Goodness gracious.
Y'all, we.
This is good. This is good. I don't even care.
He became that lamb. So once he became that lamb, the steps.
Yeah, because this
Steps
this is important.
Yahuwah did doesn't change.
No, 'cause
he just became that lamb. He didn't come in to change what that lamb went through.
No.
He became that lamb,
Yeah.
and because he became that lamb, he became that lamb in that time frame, during that season, during that festival. He became that lamb.
And what's the beautiful thing and why it's important to understand is that when you line up with that, you will always be in harvest. From harvest to harvest, from season to season.
And then you line up with your personal life.
Yeah.
Your personal life
You won't-
will be always in harvest.
Now we understand when Yahshua said, "Pray this like this." You remember?
Our Father, who be in the Shahamim, let your name be heaven. Give us today
Our daily what?
bread. Our daily what?
Bread.
What bread he talking about? The
The bread of life. The unleavened bread.
Unleavened bread. Give us today our daily bread. He didn't say pray for next week.
No.
He didn't say 2 months.
No, because even
It's day.
It says day. According to what I'm reading too, it says day. Today.
Y'all better be shouting over there. Somebody better be running around, shouting, hollering. I don't know what. We've been on this thing for an hour and 40 minutes, y'all. We cannot stop.
We cannot stop. But y'all enjoying it because it's something that you needed.
Right here
Yes.
is the glory. This is right here. This right here. We done bit into this thing.
Yeah, well now let's keep going.
Yeah.
Be in the Shahamim. Give us today
Give us today
our
daily bread.
and forgive us
Watch it. And forgive us today
today.
of all our debts, as we forgive our debtors.
Well, who's our debtors? Who's our debtors? Okay, so you list that out. And then it says, and it continues.
And do not lead us on this day
Into a trial.
into a trial, but deliver
Deliver
us
us
today
From the wicked.
from the wicked one.
Now, the tail end of that tells you that we will no longer be in a trial because now we know the
For thine is the reign. Thine is the kingdom.
yes. And the power. And the esteem. And the honor.
Forever and ever. Glory be to Yah.
Man. All of it's adding and making sense.
It's September.
Don't let nobody cook in your kitchen. That's what it said. You cook your own food.
And he put an emphasis on us as being in small groups.
Yes.
Because he says
To each in your own home.
to each in your own home.
But if you didn't have enough meat,
then somebody else would
food-
provide.
Provide.
Somebody
And
come
you
in. That's why when we do when we do the events, we said if we want everybody to chip in, but if somebody couldn't, then we would take care of it.
Right. Yeah. Give them a piece of your life. See, what we was trying to have. See, the thing was, we ain't supposed to be having the full meals. We only supposed to have meat and bread. That's what it said. It told you how to prepare the meat. You didn't see no vegetables, because they had vegetables back then. They ain't mentioned not one. He didn't say put some carrots up in there.
No, they had vegetables on the side.
No, I'm saying he told you how to eat.
He showed you how to prepare the lamb only.
No, and then he told you how to eat it. Put your clothes on, put your shoes on.
Look good,
and eat hastily.
At the table. And eat. Like when you sit down and eat, you better eat. Don't sit around and pick at it.
Yeah, eat.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
And that explains why we don't like cold food.
Yeah,
we don't like when the food's hot. You don't want it
hot.
Yeah, eat it when it's hot.
That's what Beijing say. Eat it when it's hot.
Eat it when it's hot.
Yeah, because back and again in those days, you had to eat that food right away because that food was so rich. Didn't have all these chemicals in it.
Today it's done. But it's just awesome. So you guys, we are so thankful that you tuned in and you're listening. And
September is the month of celebration. It is. It's the entire month.
It is the entire month.
It is the entire month.
It's just a certain day where that 11.
We gotta hit the day. There's a Feast of Trumpets. All that's in that same month.
It's all it ain't spread out throughout
the announcement of when Yeshua was born. All that is in September. September is the month, and you know what? If you go and look at Labor Day, they want you to go out and get drunk.
Yeah, and rejoice for being enslaved.
Rejoice to be labor. Yeah. That's the people that y'all call we.
Oh, there's a cat.
Labor Day.
Rejoice that we still got you working 50 hours a week and go enjoy one day of you being a slave, because that's what it is. Because when you are under that system, it's not about working, but when you under that system, you work stress, you work under pressure. But when you are out from under that, will operate in the hand of how
they tried to pick the first week.
Joseph worked.
They try to pick the first day. They try to take September, the day that is Passover, and put Labor Day in that. That lets you know that those are people you call and have been calling your leaders. They know. You woke up. You didn't even know Labor Day existed. Half of you. We're born into this lie. And I'm just sick of this lie. I'm just done with it.
Because when he freed us, we freed. Period. Because he passed over.
I'm gonna be hurting a lot of people coming in March and April next year, boy. Exposing the truth.
Well, I hope they get this message over here and realize don't even.
This right here need to go to.
And I just hope they get this message. No, not to be bugging me about nothing.
And if they don't get it, whatever.
I'm just saying, because I ain't dealing with you next year about
dealing with this. And I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have a Peter experience if you walk up on me.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. All right. He gave us the entire month to celebrate. That's right. And we ain't going to do it wrong again. So we're going to let y'all know. Now I'm going to go get the count.
I know we was
hesitating to go book the date.
Yeah, we was hesitating.
Because October didn't sit right with me in my heart.
I know. I was like
October 4th.
I said, why am I going to be over around with these daggone demons?
Because he's trying to just take us out of September, period.
I can't.
I'm so sick of this joker, man. September 7th. Is the Shabbat. It's on the calendar. It's Shabbat. Shabbat is September 7th.
What day is it?
A Saturday.
I thought so.
Yeah, September 7th is a Saturday. We're going to be there in Corona. Hey, guys, we're going to give you guys, we're going to confirm
well, that's the last time we're saying it, because we like you said, we're going to send an email.
We're going to send an email.
So we ain't going to do no advertising like on the television.
No. I ain't doing that.
Y'all receive an email.
Y'all got it now?
Y'all might just receive a phone call.
Yeah, Vicky. Make sure Vicky got your number.
So ain't no forwarding. You don't forward no emails to folks. Because that's it. See, he said it's an intimate time.
Intimate time.
That's why you stay your butt in the house and make sure you put the stuff. So that means it's the point where you stay in the house until morning. So that means you lock yourself into a presence.
Yeah. And that's what that was at that time.
Yeah, you lock yourself into a presence.
But now
you don't need nobody to come interfere in your presence that don't understand.
But now he's on the inside.
Yeah. So you don't need nobody messing with your atmosphere when you're dealing with
Ruach HaKodesh. Is on the inside.
I'm excited because we free. We are so free. We are so free from the nonsense.
We just broke a tradition, y'all.
That daggone sacred cow.
That you guys have broken a tradition. And that it is over.
It is over.
This is going to be the first time that you walk right into your celebration. Into your harvest. You're going to walk right into it.
Walk right into it.
Do you know what that is?
Because now we walking in knowing.
You walk in knowing. Until now, when we go back and finish, and we start going further into the resurrection, you're going to look at 1 Corinthians 15 different now.
Right.
So now that's part of it. That's why it's time.
So the menu's going to be a little different this year because of the instructions of what we can't, there's certain things we can't have in September. We can't have no bread with leaven in it. Just for that certain amount of time for that day. Only unleavened. So we gonna figure out something.
Yeah, that's right.
I ain't breaking and covering nobody's belly.
If
you ain't gonna be able to handle it, then you might as well stay home.
The unleavened bread will be definitely on that 7th.
We're going to stick to the instructions from YAHUAH. So if you can handle those instructions, then you could show up. If you can't handle those instructions, then you don't need to show up.
You don't need to show up.
Bottom line on that.
Yeah, and here, it's not going to be during the day. It's got to be right when the sun goes down.
It has to.
Yeah.
It has to be. Yes. Sundown goes down like 5 or 6. I don't know because of that time change.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it'd be like 5 or 6.
No, I'm saying sundown. No, because it's still summer, so the sun won't go down until it's like 7.
7. Yeah. Right when the sun starts going down.
So we'll start showing up around 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what
we'll get it all worked out. But don't have your mindset that you're gonna have some type of belly feeling with leavened bread. So don't be telling your friends to come be a part if they would expected a certain type of meal.
Man, this is like crazy. Y'all get that today? All right, y'all.
Yeah.
We thank you for joining us today. This is gonna be good. And until next week, we never spent time with you guys for 1 hour and 54 minutes. And we're so glad that you participated. Well, thank you for joining the program together today with Kim and I here at the House campus. We're so glad that you participated in listening to the book of Corinthians outlined in the book of Exodus, the first 13 chapters. We'll continue this again and to continue to go through the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 next Sunday. So if you're listening to this, you are definitely blessed indeed.
Okay, let me just, and make sure when you eat unleavened bread, it's only wheat flour and water. And rub your hand like making a tortilla. And roll it up, flatten it, and cook it in the oven or on top of a stove. That's unleavened bread. It's that simple. So you could bring your own. You could bring your own leavened bread with you. That we'll have instructions. You could bring your own leavened bread with you, cause prepare your own leavened bread, because it says your own hands must touch it. But we're gonna have instructions, so it's cool. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited because I'm not gonna cater and massage nobody. I'm gonna stay focused on YAHUAH's instructions. I am not doing it no more. We massaged a lot over the years.
Receive?
So we are in a receiving and thanksgiving mode that we are free, guys. So go around your house shouting and praising YAHUAH. Whew. Glory be to God. So with that, remember, if you be in the Mashiach, then you are Abraham's seed and an heir according to that promise. We love you. Bye-bye.